Good morning. Welcome to JP's Morning Brief for July 31st, 2026. That's right, the last day of July. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to JP's Morning Brief. Wow, already the end of July. 7 months already gone. Wow. Okay, so be it. You know what I just heard? Well, I didn't hear it. I heard it 2 days ago on Wednesday. Retired Rob 53. He's sound asleep right now, probably. But so he called and said, James, guess what? The hot seat with Todd Spears is going off the air. I'm like, no way. Because he has a really good podcast. He used to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday Eastern time, right? Or Monday through Thursday. And he was telling me, yeah, he's going back to the workforce. He's moving to Virginia, and he's going off the air. And I'm like, there's no, I cannot. So this morning, listening to Chad Prather, I should have been just listening to Chad Prather, but yeah, I was listening. I tuned in to Wednesday's episode of The Hot Seat, and sure enough, yesterday morning they moved back to Virginia from, I think they were living in Mississippi, because he took a job. He said for right now he can still help with Graham Allen, who airs at the same time I do, about an hour and a half from now, but he does not know. But he has this one other podcast called the Last Word, which is religious in nature, which is really good. He said that's his first calling anyway, just like Chad pretty much left his regular podcast and just does Before the Noise, which is awesome. That's the best way to get started in the morning. Your your personal devotional time you spend with the Lord is the best. All right, I do it. He does. A lot of people do it, but and I haven't. If you look on the description of my podcast, I put on there now for the good news, and it's not the best, but I read a chapter out of the Bible every single day and put it on Rumble. But okay, so yeah, so Todd Spears is the hot seat with Todd. Um, won't be on. He said he may bring it back later on. He just doesn't know, or he may get a day off and he can go on the air. He'll jump on the air or something like that. I don't know what Graham Allen's going to do, because if he's working for the federal government, there may be a chance he can't. He's got to find another producer. He says he can still do it. We'll see. We'll see. But that's a really good guy. The senior NCO, just like I was in the Army. Man. All right. So welcome to the morning brief, as we are already running late because I went on a little monologue, which monologues are good. If you're not already a follower of the podcast, click on the little bell you see beside where it says the JP8 report. Click on that little bell. Scroll down. You see the word follow. Click the follow button. All right. And then, like I put in the chat room, give me a thumbs up. All right. That's the like button in Rumble. Give me the thumbs up. Right. And then if you want to chat in there, you can chat. Chat's free. Chat's temporary. When we go off the air, well, when I go off the air, the live chat goes away. It's temporary. It's like RAM in a computer. When you turn off the computer, your temporary memory goes. Okay? All right. So we got all that done. We have the armament shop. Whether you're looking for your first firearm, upgrading your setup, or need expert service, Jason at the Armament Shop is Copper's Cove's premier source for all things shooting. Browse our wide selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns backed by top-tier gunsmithing for repairs, along with reloading supplies and professional cleaning to keep your firearm in peak condition. Need a transfer? We make FFL transfers fast, easy, and affordable. Need your CHL? Jason can handle those classes He has over 3 decades of experience. Visit the Armament Shop today at 115A West Avenue D in Copperas Cove, or call or text 254-560-2023, or visit www.armamentshop.com. That's www.armamentshop.com. The Armament Shop. Your safety is our priority. All right. So, a lot going on. Now I got an article about this in just a second, but they came to a major agreement in Egypt yesterday with between Hamas and the United States and the Board of Peace, and the Hamas will totally disarm. That's great, right? So we'll get more into that in just a minute. So with the Iran update, which used to be funded by Iran, right? Hamas. Trump is weighing major strikes in Iran. The blockade is still in effect. The Houthis declare a naval blockade in the Red Sea. That's a bad move, really bad move on their part because they're going to pay. And not by us. They're going to pay with the Saudis. Over 20 vessels that have been diverted since our blockade. Iran falsely claims that they destroyed U.S. F-35 aircraft. Saudi Arabia plans Houthi offensive. The State Department is offering a $15 million reward for information leading to the IRGC drone network. The Senate strikes down a war powers vote, and Saudi Arabia and 14 countries reaffirm the multinational defense maritime coalition. You see, Saudi Arabia is being more and more involved in the fight against against Iran and Yemen, right? The Dow Jones yesterday closed up 613.92 points. It closed at 52,208.06. West Texas Intermediate about an hour ago was at $82.23 a barrel, and Brent crude oil is at $87.59 a barrel. All right, so that's your Iran update. It's kind of a little one today. That's a good thing sometimes, right? But I have a feeling Iran is going to get spanked. Okay, so announcements. We have on the 6th of August in Belton, Texas, we have Pints and Politics at the Dead Fish Grill, which is on 2207 Lake Road in Belton, Texas. It's on the south side of Belton Dam. This is Pints and Politics with Elephant in the Room Strategies. All right, so here's our newest ad from me, the Copperas Cove Conservative Club. We have our monthly social on the 11th of August at 6 p.m. at Giovanni's in Copperas Cove. All Republicans are invited. Come on out. And our guest speaker will be Sheriff Scott Williams. And he's going to be speaking about methamphetamines and fentanyl and the war thereof. All right. Next is Cordell County Republican Women's Boots and Bling at 6 p.m. on the 22nd of August in Gatesville at the Texas Station Event Center. The tickets are $50 a piece. My wife and I, we bought our tickets yesterday. So we're all ready to go. Steve Muniseri is going to be the guest speaker at the Boots and Bling in the Texas Connection. Is going to provide the music. My next announcement is on the 29th of August, which is a week after that, Corio County Republican Party, we're going to have a fundraiser. It's a Patriot Range Day at the Holly Gun Range. $20 a person. You get to come in there and shoot as much as you want. And afterward, if you like, Curmudgeon's Honeymead Winery is going to be there, and they're going to be offering taste and sales of their products. All right? And then our last announcement is our Coryell County annual fish fry on the 26th of September at the Texas Station Event Center in Gatesville, Texas. Tickets are $35 a person. And then our keynote speakers is the RPT chairwoman, Dorinda Randall, and then Senator Pete Flores from SD24. All right. Now, if you want tickets to the Boots and Bling or to the fish fry, it's easy to get. All right. You go back to the description of the podcast, and when you have to hit click more, but at the bottom of that are tickets for CCRW, that's for Republican Women, or CCRP, which is Republican Party. You can click on those links, and they'll take you to where you can buy your tickets, okay? Don't forget, you get engaged and you stay engaged. If people don't know where to go to associate with other Republicans, they're gonna flounder. They're gonna be uninvolved, and they're gonna watch commercials on TV, and they're not gonna really know what's going on. I went to a Republican function, the West Side Conservative Coalition, last Monday, and there was close to 40 people there, and we were in Harker Heights. All right? You got to get involved, and you got to stay involved. I put on my Facebook last night a picture of the city council chambers because I went to a special city council meeting at 5:30 p.m. You know how many Joe civilians were there? How many people didn't work for the city? There was me and two ladies. That's all. That is all. But people will jump on their keyboards. Copperas Cove sucks. Copperas Cove still sucks. Copperas Cove really, really, really sucks. You know what? Unless you get out there and do something, it's going to remain the same. That's for Democrats and for Republicans, right? All right. So that's my other rant. All right. So let's go. It's 6:42. Let's finish this up. Finish strong. Remember, I have the JPA report at 8 a.m. Central, and I sign off about 8:50 because I have a Friday morning breakfast I would do with a whole bunch of other people. So I got to sign off early and beat feet. Okay. All right. So first thing we'll talk about is Hamas, which is I think it took 100,000 people dying for them to finally realize they're not going to win. And it's much easier to live in peace than to live in war, right? Because your future generations could be vanquished in the blink of an eye. And I mean it. I was a soldier. I know the ramifications. So President Trump announced last night on True Social that the complete disarmament of Hamas and other armed groups in Gaza. This is a monumental step toward peace and security. The full post, this is what it reads. Today, the Board of Peace reached a historic agreement for the complete disarmament of Hamas and other groups inside of Gaza. This is a monumental step toward lasting peace and security. This agreement is a critical step toward Gaza finally being governed by a new Palestinian government that will work close with the Board of Peace to help the Palestinian people. At the same time, Israel will have the security it deserves and Gaza no longer to use as a base for terror attacks. This is a major milestone in the implementation of Trump's 20-point plan. The agreement will be carried out in careful, structured phases. As disarmament is completed, Israeli forces will withdraw, and the International Stabilization Force will work with the new Palestinian police force to take responsibility for Gaza being safe for its residents and its neighbors. 1 year ago, there was a violent, raging war, humanitarian crisis, and hostages kept in brutal captivity. We have made historic progress. There are still much work to be done. I want to thank the mediators, Egypt, Qatar, and Turkey, for the important efforts, and especially my astounding team who tirelessly worked and made this historic breakthrough possible. The threat that emerged from Gaza on October 7th will not be allowed to rebuild. Under the agreement, Gaza will finally be in the hands of a new Palestinian government that serves its people. Congratulations to this amazing development that everybody said could never be achieved. President Trump. It said a U.S. official says Israel remains skeptical that Hamas will follow through, according to The Hill. They're very skeptical that Hamas will disarm, but again, they're not really being asked to do much in the process because this really isn't a trust deal. This is really, a conditions-based drill, and that things happen and everyone has to follow the obligations they've taken. Some terms of the deal were released earlier, such as Hamas would be surrendering all weapons within weeks, as well as ending all military activity and recruitment. Israel won't withdraw its military behind the yellow lines, which has divided Gaza since the peace was announced in October, until disarmament is complete. So that's a big day. You know what? This started in October 2023 when Hamas stormed over the border and killed 1,200 Israelis and captured, I think, 250 others. In the year and a half from the time that happened to the time President Trump was elected, what did the Biden administration do to end this war? At all? Did they even care? Well, you can look at it like this. The anti-Semitic movement in the Democrat Party is severe. And maybe that's why they didn't want to do nothing, because they didn't want to tick off the Democrat establishment, because it was so in depth, in bed with the anti-Semitic movement out there, the people that actually hate Israel, right? And yes, there are some in the Republican Party that need to be dealt with the same attitudes, but a good 40%-ish of the Democrat Party is anti-Semitic. They support the BDS movement. That's when you uneconomically link stuff. Okay. Wow. It just came across my screen about the peace deal. Wow. Okay. Next. President Trump threatens to yank what's his name, Todd Blanche's nomination from consideration, because you have two rhinos that are on there that, yes, they are rhinos, and they're endangered species. I'm speaking about Tom Tillis, and I'm talking about John Cornyn. John Cornyn, senator from my state. He's a lame duck, total lame duck, because he got defeated in his primary against Ken Paxton. And this all stems around. So a couple months ago, they were doing Reconciliation 2.0, and there was this anti-weaponization fund in there, which was to reimburse the the legal expenses and the suffering of people that were falsely prosecuted by the U.S. government. And for some strange reason, we got some Republicans out there that didn't like that. Let's put the shoe on the other foot, Mr. Tom Tillis, fixing to be civilian. If you were falsely accused and prosecuted and it cost you $350,000 for lawyer fees, maybe more than that, and you couldn't afford to pay that, and you had to get a court-appointed lawyer, would you be acceptable on that? Would you like to be reimbursed for your expenses? I think so. It was, and the money was being funded through the IRS for this one person actually went forward and released the tax returns for the president, unauthorized, right? So these two senators wanted in writing. I mean, myself, I call a spade, unless it's going to be a continued effort of bribery from these two senators, right? Because that's basically what it is. Uh, unless you do what I say, I'm not going to do this, right? So myself, I look at it like this. I really don't care what happens in North Carolina, but here in Texas, John Cornyn is a fool. He's not even a rhino. He's a rhino with a horn cut off of it. Because he's doing our state a disservice. What I would like to see is, since he is a lame duck, and people get these crazy thoughts of, oh, I'm no longer going to be in office, so I can moderate everything, and I don't have to act like a Republican like I'm supposed to act because I'm butt hurt because I got beat, and I'm going to stick it to the man because I got beat. What I would like to see, and you can't do this on the state side, you'd have to be on the national side. But if you're a lame duck senator or a lame duck congressman because you lost your primary, resign. Just resign. Let your state governor put a temporary placeholder like with Doreen Graham in South Carolina. Just get over it, because your job is to represent the state of Texas, and you're not doing it because you're butthurt because you got beat. Hopefully, I can get to the rest of it, because this is the madness is done. We got to end this because we're going to end up getting beat. Let me put this over here. So there's this other Fox News poll that came out, right? Well, first, let me go over it real quick. This other one, Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk is committed. He's going to spend at least $100 million to help Republicans this fall. And it's his America PAC. He's going to fully fund, because he can't give his own personal money. It's got to be in a political action committee, right? But it's going to focus on door knocking, digital advertising, and direct mail aimed at Republican-leaning voters, including low propensity voters who typically don't vote in midterm elections. Because why would you go knock on the door on a 4+ Republican, a 4R Republican? It doesn't do any good because they're going to go vote, right? You need to find the people that vote every now and then. That's how you do it, right? So $100 million coming from Elon Musk to help propel us to victory in November. A Fox News poll. I mean, look, I use Fox News on a lot of my material for my podcast. Their polls, I can't stand their polls. Their polls are so wrong. I don't know how their methodology that they do, but they think they do a really good job on it. but they don't, right? They produced a poll yesterday showing a 51-48 majority for Tellurico in Texas. Are you serious? It's already 6:55? Oh my goodness. So, President Trump won Lone Star State by about 14 points 2 years ago. But a new Fox News poll shows voters suggest the Senate race is far less settled. Republican Senate candidate Ken Paxton is yet to fully unify the GOP, despite the president's endorsement. In addition, more voters are concerned Paxton's lack of character too severe to worry Democrat challengers. James Tellurico is too extreme, and more Democrats than Republicans are extremely motivated to vote by 7 points. A 3-point edge for Tellurico, according to this poll, which I don't believe, right? We'll go more into this a little bit. The problem is what I just was talking about. John Cornyn. John Cornyn is doing nothing to help Ken Paxton win. He should be taking his pack, the people that helped him with so much money, and says, look, stop and then shift over and get a hold of Ken Paxton's campaign and let's seal the deal, right? In other words, like, I'm going to vote the Republican ticket. Look, dude, I'm going to vote for Ken Paxton. He beat me soundly, and I fully support him. That's what should be coming out of his mouth. I heard someone the other day, can't stand Ken Paxton. Well, dude, you're a Republican Party member. Vote for the man. Quit like, my butt's hurt. You know what? Suck an egg. This is ridiculous. You are appointed to represent the party, and if you are in the party establishment and you don't support the nominees, the statewide nominees, even the county nominees, you need to resign and go find another line of work, because nobody really wants you around, because you're doing a disservice to all of us. You have a young lady that just got elected in the state of Texas. Dorinda Randall is doing her utmost to push the Republicans to victory. And she does not need no headwinds preventing that from happening. I'm doing my utmost to get Republicans elected. And some of them I didn't vote for. I voted for Wesley Hunt. You know what? I fully support Ken Paxton. I voted for Sid Miller, but I fully support Nate Sheets. I sure didn't vote for Don Huffines, but guess what? I fully support Don Huffines. That's the way it is. And you know what? If you don't like it, you need to surrender your credentials of being a Republican and let someone do the job, if you don't like it or not. All right? 6:58. I didn't even get too much in it. So my next article was going to be about Tellurico. He's got a campaign commercial right now showing him driving a Dodge Ram pickup like it's his own pickup. And if you look at it closely enough, he rented the truck from Enterprise Rent-A-Car for the commercial, because he drives a Chevy Colorado when he can drive. That's a little girl's vehicle anyway. But like my wife said last night, real Texans don't drive Colorados. They do. But yeah, he's living a lie. He's living a lie. You'll see the title of the podcast for the JPA report pretty soon. But I'm out of time. I'm gonna braid it on over to Vince. I'm gonna go out and enjoy it myself. I'll see y'all 1 hour from now. Thank y'all very much for tuning in this morning. So here we go. There's the raid. The raid is confirmed. I will see y'all in 1 hour on the JPA report. Y'all have a great morning, okay? I'm out.